This is Josiah Plays Tyranny. Alright, we're about to cast an edict. Let's just do this. No fucking around. No exiting out of the interface and goofing off and talking to people and all the normal shit that I would normally do that would take a long time for no reason. No, not this time. Not this time. This time I'm just going to click the damn button. Are you ready? Are you ready for me to just click the damn button? Here we go. Boom. Oh god, now there's stuff I have to read. The Edict of Storms will generate... Oh, we already read that. What does it do? Plus 25 control lightning, minus 30 control fire. Torrential rain plaguing the land increases the power of shock spells and lowers the effectiveness of fire spells. Well, I'm not super thrilled about that, but I can live with it. Enemies take extra 50% shock damage. Enemies get some plus control lighting and some minus control fire. That's actually good because Scarlet Chorus use mostly fire magic, so that'll hurt them more than it'll hurt us, or whatever. Okay, so here we go. Issue the Edict. Boom. Oh my god. Achievement unlocked. Exarch, Act 2. Did I just finish Act 2? Because I still haven't been to the Burning Library. I don't want to not get to go to the Burning Library. That'll make me sad. That'll make me almost as sad as Saito. So it starts spinning really, really fast. Oh my god. Magical power. Raw magical power is being unleashed! Look upon my works and tremble, ye mortals! That actually worked. Ari leaps in the air, pumping her arm in excitement, only for her face to turn pale a moment later. That actually worked! Her eyes, laden with fear, dart towards you. How is that even possible? Masker Man? I don't know how to say your name. Masker Man? Anyway, that's the end of Act 2. Cool. Do I still get to go to the Burning Library is the real question. Or am I just cut off because I didn't go there yet? Anyway, how's that even possible? She asks. Having broken the edict, I seem to be able to recreate it, if in a limited fashion. So you've absorbed a fragment of the Overlord's magic, perhaps? Ari shakes her head. There's a reason I don't deal with arcane nonsense. I'm as baffled as you are, but what you're saying is as probable a guess as any. Our binder has proclaimed edicts, broken them too. Eb regards you with a cautious glare. Glare cautiously. It's related to glare silently. Just when I think I have you figured out. We can ponder this later. For the moment, we need to strike while the surprise is still fresh. Captain Ari tightens the fasteners on her gauntlets as she marches toward the portal. I'll be sure to leave a couple alive. Someone needs to tell the others what happens when they attack Seraphina. Yeah, send them out to tell the story. Well, I mean, it only lets you go to 2 of the 3 places, right? First it says, do you want to go to the Blade Grave or do you want to go to the Stone Sea? I said, Blade Grave. Then it said, do you want to go to the Stone Sea or do you want to go to the Burning Library? I said, Stone Sea. Like, it doesn't let you go to all 3. So each playthrough you only get to go to 2 of the 3, so it's kind of like Roach Path, Yorveth Path in The Witcher 2. Like, you're literally locked out of one whole section of the game each playthrough, no matter what. Is that what I'm getting here? I mean, I can live with that. That means I'll just go to the Burning Library next time. You only got to go to 2 places? Okay. That's disappointing, though. Because, if I'd have known that, I would have definitely gone to the library on this character. This is my mage character. This is the one that should have gone to the Burning Library. And my next playthrough, I'm going to want to go... No, because you can unlock all the spires without going to the Burning Library. But what if I did go to the Burning Library? Then how would I have unlocked the other spires? I think that's what Saito's maybe trying to say. How does it work if you go to the Burning Library? Yeah, there is an achievement to cancel all the edicts. I know there is. I saw it when I was looking at the achievements. So maybe only on a certain playthrough you can do that. Maybe only if you're neutral. Because surely you're supposed to get all 5 towers every time, right? So if you didn't go to the Stone Sea, would you just be locked out of 2 of the spires? Because that would suck. This is the playthrough where I should have gone to the library, though, because this is the one where I'm a mage, and where I did the Edict of Fire. The next playthrough, I'm going to want to go to the Blade Grave, because I'm going to have Barrack with me. And I'm going to want to go to the Stone Sea, because I'm going to have Kills in Shadow with me. So that means next playthrough I won't go to the library either. So I'll have to wait till the 3rd playthrough to go to the library. But I mean, if I would have picked the library instead of... If I would have picked the library instead of the Stone Sea, what would have happened after the library was done? Would I have then still gotten to go to the Stone Sea after that? Because if... I mean, I'm close to reloading an old-ass save here. You think I make this playthrough long already? I'll go back 20 hours right the fuck now. I will turn this game around right now. I will reverse 20 fucking hours of progress if I can do everything one way but not do everything the other way. All right, keep playing. It might not be locked. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Which areas did you go to? Unbending Spirit, Maskerman. Apparently both of you have played through the whole game, right? Which areas did you go to? And which path were you following? Who were you siding with? Alright, anyway, let's go. We're zoomed way out. Our characters are little tiny people. Best update is standing tall. Defeat the invaders. Enemy forces are amassing and a few invaders have breached the courtyard of the Vendrian's Well Citadel. Repel the invaders and secure the courtyard. It never allowed me to go here. Man. You went to Blade Grave and Stone Sea. And it never lets you go to Burning Library in the whole game, basically? Man! I didn't know. I really want to know what happens if you... I really want to know what happens if you go to the library before the Stone Sea. Like, the amount that I want to know what happens is almost enough to make me do some crazy shit. It's almost enough to make me go right here, click load game. How fucking far back? What game would I have to load? I don't even know if I have a save in an appropriate spot. If I had to go back and load, it would be before I went to Stone, before I went to Halfgate. I guess it would be this one, maybe? 72.5 hours. Oh, that's only 10 hours back. That's only 10 hours back. If I went back to this one, hypothetically, look, I just saved the game, okay? So it's not like I can't come right back to this save. You can only get all 5 areas if you pick the wildcard path. Really? All 5 edicts, rather. But what if you... But I still want to know what happens with the spires if you go to the library instead of Stone Sea. Do you get locked out of those 2 spires? So if I went back to this save, let's just, for science, okay? For science, I just need to see something here. For science. Let's load this save right here. Science. Well, the wildcard path is where you don't side with anybody. You don't side with disfavored, chorus, or rebels. You're just like, fuck them all. For science. You can't go to the Burning Library if you go first when you are summoned by Tunon. What? I don't understand, Unbending Spirit. Saito, I can tell you right now, everything is because you're a bad person. And everything's also your fault. It is your fault that I can't go to the Burning Library right now. It's your fault. Somehow. Alright, so where am I in this save? No, I've already made the decision to go to Stone Down in this save, so this save is useless to me. I hope everybody likes loading screens a whole lot. Call of Regents. I'd have to go all the way back to this save. This will happen after this. You knew it was him? Yeah, of course, Jen. It's always him. It's always him. You watched the Sonic 06 playthrough? You're quite used to this? Alright, for science. Because it seems like it would be really lame for them to have a path through the game without them telling you or you knowing it's going to be this way. If there's a path that only lets you get 3 out of the 5 spires, that would suck. So there has to have a way for you to get those spires, even if you pick the Burning Library and not the Stone Sea, right? Which leads me to believe that maybe you could go to both if you just did them in the right order. Maybe if you just don't claim all the spires. Max is right. He's saying it if you don't go to Tunon's court back when you could start the whole Bronze Brotherhood thing. Really? Why would that have anything to do with it? Okay, where are we here? Oh shit, this is before we even... Are you serious right now? Are you being serious right now? Alright, fuck it. Let's roll. Fuck this. Wait. We're using all the cool powers. I don't even care. We're just using all the cool shit. We're gonna chromatic arrow some motherfuckers. And... Storm Wheel. Apparatus' Embrace. That power is so overpowered. So overpowered. Not every playthrough wants all the spires. Really? I would think you would always want all the spires. You can complete the game only having unlocked 2 spires. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. This is the baby killing decision. Let's kill the baby. Let's kill that fucking baby.
I'll do it right away.
Baby kill. Coming for your baby. I'm coming for your baby. Your baby gonna die. Your baby gonna die. It must be done. What is one baby against the fate of Stalwart? Oh, Amelia wants to fucking... Really, Amelia? Good luck with this. What else? What are cool? Let's, Death from Above a lady.
Destroy them! Bleed out, you little shit!
What else do I have that's cool? Fury's Rage.
Are we ready for this? Maybe they'd like to hear a song.
She's dead. Just don't. No. Let's go get that baby. Let's get that baby. Order a companion to kill the baby? The baby squirms in its swaddles, still young enough that its eyes are permanently closed. This small life holds the key to ending the edict. Oh my god. I can smother the baby with a pillow, or I can make someone else do it. Oh, you know who has experience with killing babies? Siren. Siren, you've killed babies before. Go for it.
You can't be serious, Fatebinder. Not when you know what I've told you. Don't ask me to do this. I can't. Not again.
Oh, that's so awesome. It actually makes reference to the fact that she's done it before. Oh, that's so good. You've already got experience with it! That's exactly what I just said! Oh, I love this game so fucking much. I love it when the dialogue in the game comes out exactly as what I just fucking said a second ago. You've already got experience with it. It's just one more baby, Siren. I mean, after you've killed one baby, it gets easier, right? Goodbye, baby.
I hate you for this.
I just forced my 15-year-old companion to murder a baby. Wow, this game is horrible. God, it's like Saito wrote this game. With the amount of evil. In many paths, you'd have to skip Lethian's Crossing. Wow. Alright, we killed the baby. Siren killed the baby. God, that's beautiful. And she mad, too. She mad. Just another edict break. Look, I break edict, Siren kills babies. We've all got our thing that we're good at. Okay, now, what now? Go back to Ascension Hall. Fine. Let's go. At least it wasn't a calf. I don't even know why I'm playing this out. I just wanted to see. Now I already know how it's going to be, though. I already know how it's going to be. I might as well just load my other save back up now, because I thought I wanted to see if I could go to the library and still have access to go to those other spires. But now, apparently, what everybody's telling me in chat, that's not going to be a thing. You're not going to be able to... Shut up, Janos. Siren mad now. Force her to kill the baby. That's a fucked up thing to do. That is a fucked up thing to do. Dude, I should have had Verse do it. Verse would have been like, yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't think Verse would have given even the slightest fuck about killing the baby, but she's a straight up psychopath. Yeah, I already know how this is gonna... I don't even need to continue with this. If I go to the Burning Library, it's not gonna let me go get these two spires. So if you want all 5 spires, you have to not go to the Burning Library, apparently. I don't know. I don't get it. She probably would have made a hat out of the baby. I know, right? She'd have made a handbag or something. Hollowed out baby. Alright. You know what? Let's just go back to my game. So, I'm very disappointed right now, as I've now learned that I cannot go to the Scarlet Library, the Burning Library, this playthrough, which is sadness. Very much sadness. But, let's go kill some motherfuckers anyway. This is the save in question, right? So what does not going to see Tunon have to do with anything? I don't understand the not going to see Tunon thing. Convoluted and pedantic. Man, when Saito calls something pedantic, you know that shit is serious. Alright. Because you're taking time to go to Tunon's court instead of furthering your agenda, so you run out of time. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how this game works. I thought I was going to get to go to all the places. Now I learned that I'm not, which is Sadness Town. But that's okay. The Edict of Storms will generate a massive storm that covers huge areas of the world. The chaotic energy unleashed will cause random damage to strike your enemies during combat. I've already read that. Can I cancel an edict? Can I be like, no, I changed my mind? No edict, please? I can just throw down another edict in this area just for fun. Like, hey, Haven, fuck you. Get an edict. Hey, Bladegrave, fuck you. Get an edict. An edict for you and an edict for you, but no. Yeah, I was looking forward to the Burning Library too. I was saving it for last. Seemed like I should save it for last. Now, I don't get to go there at all. Alright. If you do the Anarchy path, or the Wildcard path, or the Neutral path, or whatever you want to call it,
As you wish.
do you get to go to every area of the game? Do you still get to go to Haven, and Bladegrave, and Contested Lands, and Stone Sea?
Can do that.
Siren, just be happy I didn't make you kill a baby. Things could have gone much worse. I could have made you kill a baby. Alright, what do I need to do? Go down to the courtyard and kick some ass, apparently. Okay, no problems. No problems. Let's do it. We've got our rest. Oh, look at all the things we get bonuses to. That shit is cray. We got some legit bonuses. Bonuses to everything. 160 lore. And now we're apparently in Act 3 of the game. Look, it still says Act 2, though. My save that I just did right here still says Act 2. So, maybe we're not quite in Act 3 yet. Let's go down and kick some ass. Paradox forms seem to indicate a way to get all spires and break all edicts. But it would require the neutral path, in essence. That's cool. Hey, more replayability. Oh, wow. I called down a mighty rain. Oh, this is my edict! Wreckin' motherfuckers! Oh, this is great! Yeah, you better run. Oh, it's Death Knell. I remember this guy. Or this woman. Can't remember if Death Knell's male or female. Female, I guess. What kind of voice did I do for Death Knell? Oh, it's so long ago, I don't know. A gang of rain-soaked Scarlet Chorus trails behind Death Knell, a mixture of awe and confusion resting upon their faces. What foul trick are you playing that the weather comes to your aid? I should thank you for separating the wheat from the chaff. The sight of seeing dozens struck dead by lightning made a good show to startle the dead weights. She points back behind her shoulder. Leaving the bravest with the privilege of tearing off your limbs one joint at a time. You're sure the people living in Vendrian's Well will just be super thrilled with your edict? I know, right? She turns to her soldiers and lets out a primal howl, her warriors echoing the battle cry in dissonant tones. Ah, if I had enough reputation with them, something else would happen. With rage in their eyes, the warriors ready their weapons, eager for a fight. Fools! Did you not hear me proclaim that edict? Either I cast that edict by myself, or did so with the Overlord's blessing. Think that through very carefully. Do not liken yourself to the Overlord. Your magic may have startled my weaker troops, but your magic is nothing my own blood chanters could not affect. Isn't that right? Yeah, right, your blood chanters could fucking cast an edict. Come on, son. Well, daughter. Whatever. She looks to one of her mages for a nod of approval, but is met instead with a blanched look of fear, mouth agape in terror. Enough talk. You will be trampled and forgotten. Only the voices of Nerat will remember your name. Alright, well, you guys can believe what you want, but some ass kickeries. So this is a boss fight, basically, so it's time to blow all of our cool abilities. Cool ability blow. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Alright. Let's throw an energy shield on Verse. Verse will charge forward into the fray. She will spectral blur herself. Siren. Let's just fucking rain down Apocalypse on motherfuckers. Apocalypse. And more Apocalypse. Now, Verse is going to run up in the middle here. And she's going to use Stalwart Surge. And Ebba's going to run up here. And use... No, run up in here. Storm Wheel. No. Storm Wheel. And verse. Verse. Bloodhound, Death Knell. Everybody's stunned. Because that's what Stalwart Surge did. That's her sword. Her legendary sword fucking stunned everyone. And Siren. Let's drop.
Not a problem, boss.
Reputation ability unlocked. Scarlet Chorus Wrath ability spurting blood. Exsanguinate a target, causing them to hemorrhage blood, taking large damage that ignores armor and a long-lasting bleed effect. Oh, that's beautiful. Alright, now let's use the really overpowered ability. Taratus' Embrace. Taratus' Embrace is ridiculous. Alright, who else we have here? Sage? Why are we fighting against a Sage? Meanwhile, the other three party members are just munching popcorn while watching atop the spire. I know, right? I'd like to think that I worded the edict like, this realm will be drenched in storm winds and bolts of furious lightning until I say the word biscuit. You know, or something like that, where she's literally just got a safe word that will end the edict. No, this is hard, actually. It's not Path of the Damned, but it is hard. Yeah, they did get wrecked, because I used all my most powerful shit, basically. Which made it kind of lol. Made it kind of lol. Giant boulder for you. Let's rain some blood down on some people too, just for fun. That was easy enough. Oh, because Kairos recruited the sages while I was getting the stone stalkers. That makes sense. Goodbye, sages. Hold! Don't pursue them out of the citadel. Captain Tarkus lifts her sword triumphantly as she issues the order. Let those who have survived the edict at our blades live to spread the word of our deeds. I thought we would blunt our last weapon, cracking Korra's skulls before being overwhelmed. But the rabble was downright terrified by your edict, and panic has claimed the giant mob. I almost feel sorry for the Chorus warriors who were brave enough to stand their ground and fight us. Almost. You ought to travel up to the spire, get a view of our glorious aftermath from high up. I'm sure you'll enjoy seeing the enemy flee the valley. She salutes you with a smile. That was pretty fucking easy. They're like, oh, a big army's coming. It's going to be a big scary battle. That's it. I just had to fight like 6 dudes. Or 8 or however many there were. Not enough, obviously. She salutes you with a smile. As always, good hunting with you, Seraphina. Your work here is done. I'll oversee the wounded and the salvage. I have a really powerful party. got a Tearsman's Spine, but ooh, Crimson Grudge. Some Sage's Gloves. Apparently that Sage had 2 pairs of gloves for some reason. Edict of Storms. Plus 25 control lightning. Hey, what's going on here? Read that before. Oh, it's just some camping supplies. Same stuff that was here before. It's nice that your spire wasn't a lightning rod. I can't come out here, can I? Dude, there's bodies with loot on them out there! Let me through these gates! Let me through now! Die, gates! Giant boulder! Giant boulder will get me through. The boulder went through the gates, but it didn't open the gates. Scorching missiles will get me through.
Nope, sorry.
Thunderstorm will get me through. Nothing will get me through. Seraphina, yeah. She's had a word to undo the edict and she doesn't remember. That would be a Josiah move right there. Ooh, an Axia Bee. Alright. Return to the mountain spire. You have successfully repulsed the attack upon Vendrian's Well Citadel. Return to the top of your spire and regroup. Oh, it makes me sad that I don't get to go to the place. Makes me sad. I don't get... This is the end of the act right here. Shocked and demoralized by your display of power and the ease with which you dispatch their leader, the Scarlet Chorus fighters lose their nerve and scatter in defeat. The survivors carry with them fearful murmurs of the powerful Archon Seraphina, a being of enormous might who can cast an edict with the same authority as the Overlord. Confusion sets in across the realm. Amid the whispers and misinformation, one fact remains consistent. The Overlord's power has been challenged. You safely assume that such rumors are making their way back to Kairos. And then fucking Bled and Mark just steps out of a shadow and one-shots me. Challenge over. Thanks for playing, though. The high winds of your edict sweep the air, dashing debris against your spire. Torrential rain falls, hitting hard enough to bruise bare skin. Lightning strikes the ground, endangering anyone out in the open. It isn't long before the storm begins to wane, slowly falling from a gale to a light rainstorm, and after a few days it becomes a simple breeze. Eventually the skies calm as your edict dissipates, releasing Vendrian's Well from its grip. Oh, see, I obviously worded it in such a way that it was very temporary. You gather a small council of your closest allies and plan your next steps from the safety of your spire. No sooner do you get started than Callio, Fatebinder of Tunin, pays a visit bearing an important message. Yeah, Tunin probably wants to see me. He's probably gonna kind of... This is not gonna be a good performance review. Let's just put it that way. I cannot expect my yearly 6% raise after, you know, this. Fatebinder Callio is here. I keep hearing about this little spire you've been calling your own. Nodding with a smirk, Fatebinder Callio peers over the edge of the tower. Now that you've slaughtered those who would take your lands, I think your claim is as official as it gets. Nice to see you, but how'd you get up here? Isn't it obvious? Callio shakes her head with an agitated scowl. Picture Tunon not amused, right? The bigger question is, how did you do the most convincing impression of the Overlord Tyrannus has ever seen? No one's entirely sure what to make of you these days, Seraphina. they all say you spoke an Edict of Storms. Not a proclamation of an Edict of Kairos, but your own Edict of Storms. Your own mystical storm. You're no mere Fatebinder, of that much we can be certain. You've proclaimed and broken the Overlord's edicts perhaps one too many times. If I had known you could do this when I first met you, I'd maybe have tried in earnest to kill you. I hope for the sake of Tyrannus that the right person has inherited this gift. I don't know what to make of you, Fatebinder. Proclaiming and breaking the Overlord's magic? Claiming these awful towers? It should come as no surprise that an edict is within your grasp, but I still find room for surprise. You're powerful in ways that gang bosses and mages aren't. You commanded this place to do your bidding, and unleash something incredible on the world. That isn't the work of a Fatebinder. If anything, it's the work of an Archon. Beastwoman will follow Alpha from here to ends of Tears Lands, and farther still. We'll paw prowl deep into Code North, hunting armies of Kairos at Alpha's side. Together, Shadowhunter and Alpha will slaughter whole of Prima's tribe. I don't have any idea how you're able to do this, but it isn't power that any scholar can wield. This is something else. You're not some ambitious hedge mage who learned it out of a book. You're more like an Archon, where it just comes naturally. Hey, 2 Archons in the party, right? Know what I'm talking about? Archon to Archon fist bump. Also, baby killers. No. She shakes her head with a grin. I always knew you'd be a delightful bit of trouble, but I didn't think you had a touch of the Overlord's power in you. Why didn't you tell me? The Archon of self-defense, right, Captain Kickass? I can glare silently. You'll be addressing me as Overlord now? You've known me a long time, my greatness shouldn't be a surprise. I'm still not sure this power is entirely my own, or what it all means. It means that you're strong, dummy. Stronger than any gang boss in the tiers, any officer in the Legion. Maybe stronger than... I don't even know. Now the game literally becomes a tower defense game? Nice. Consider Kairos had a first edict. One of storms, I believe. And there weren't always long recitations to go with those early edicts. I would assure you, Kairos had to learn to walk before running. Just like you. He's got his little one finger up in the air. That's troubling. I was sure hoping you'd be at least as informed of your talent as you are capable of invoking it. If you're careless, you could cause untold harm with your power. Curious. She taps her chin in thought, looking at you head to toe. Suppose you've no reason to play the fool. I'll say that however it is you came into this power, know that you've drawn the attention of the Overlord. So, congratulations, I think? I come bearing orders direct from the Overlord. Callio clears her throat, her voice becoming somber and severe. Kairos has decreed 2 things. First, the Overlord has demanded that one and only one Archon is fit to rule the tiers. To that end, the Archons are to settle through death or dominance who is the one Archon fit to inherit the tiers. So basically, Tunon, Draven Ash, Voices of a Rat, or me, or Siren. Lantry Bud, could you put a shirt on? He's in gladiator mode. He's fucking gladiator Lantry. So the Overlord wants even more civil war? Oh, it gets better than that. With a smile, she tosses a small bit of metal your way, and when it's in your hand, you recognize it as a small brooch in the style of Kairos' insignia. Kairos has decreed you are the newest Archon. Fatebinder Callio bows with exaggerated flourish. Okay, so I am now officially an Archon. Yep, hashtag Archon life. So the other Archons now have orders to control or destroy you, and the other way around. Her face becomes a beaming smile. See, this is why I try to avoid getting Kairos' attention. What if we don't fight? Why not ignore this order? You wish to loaf on your hindquarters, have at it. But I doubt the other Archons will ignore this order. Every Archon in the tiers has been given free rein to slay the others. None are protected by Kairos' peace. It is no longer a crime for Ash or Narat to kill you, or the other way around. But what about Siren? I don't want Siren to turn on me. Yeah, what is my Archon title? Archon of the Spires? Yeah, who knows? Maybe. Kairos knows, rightly so, that enmities old and new will drive the Archons to mutual destruction. The Overlord need only remove the pretense of peace and watch the ensuing violence. Callio shrugs with a smile. Would you have preferred another do-or-die edict? The Archon of Jimmy Cochran. I'll let them fight it out. I'm safe on my spire. What of the court? Have you heard what Tunon and Bled and Mark think of this? As per usual, Tunon has the emotional range of pumice, but Bled and Mark seemed almost giddy. I think the old Shadow is already putting names on his daggers. I was wondering if Bled and Mark would hear this order and promptly stab Tunon. But no, it would seem the Archon of Shadow is happy to serve Tunon. Makes sense. I've never known the old Shadow to crave that kind of power. She clears her throat, her voice growing somber. You'll have to deal with them too, and I fear greatly for how that will turn out. I imagine Tunon is too loyal to bow to you, and Bled and Mark too proud to accept you as his better. She nods quietly for a long moment. There is no way this ends well for some of us. I think I'm more troubled by this sudden promotion to Archon. By definition, an Archon is someone who generates magic from themselves and doesn't channel the powers of others. Since I assume you cast that edict without reading the prepared words of Kairos. Otherwise, why the fuss? Archon isn't fully incorrect for what you are. But I would agree, your power is far beyond the mastery of shadows, or ice, or talking to trees, or whatever other powers Archons have shown through the ages. Consider for a second, the greater mystery is not why you're being considered an Archon, it's why you're being allowed a chance to live. Callio shrugs. All I know is that the Overlord rarely improvises. So apparently the Overlord doesn't feel too threatened by me at this point. Because she's not just like, all Archons, go kill Seraphina. Bled and Mark, go kill Seraphina. But I didn't ask to be an Archon. We're gonna pull an Adam Jensen here. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to be a fate binder. Callio shrugs, pointing at herself. But I make it look easy. I don't think anybody asks to be an Archon. If anything, those who try to wear the title without Kairos' blessing rarely survive to be remembered. That is true. I don't think Kairos decides who has the power to be an Archon, but Kairos is certainly selective of who gets the title. My teacher, Occulted Jade, Archon of Tides, never bowed to Kairos. Her power was her own, and she claimed the title of Archon because, well, when she was younger, the Overlord was just a distant tale, and so wearing the title didn't arouse conflict. I don't think the Overlord gives anyone power in any direct sense. If anything, I bet Kairos would rather all of us were mewling idiots devoid of magic. We'd be easier to control that way. But Kairos can give and take titles, and titles change how people see you, how they view your authority, or how big a threat they perceive you to be. And considering your promotion came along with an order for the Archons to all kill each other, it sure seems like this is part promotion, part test. If the other Archons kill you, Kairos needn't worry about whatever you're becoming. And if you're becoming something useful, Kairos seems happy to use you to kill the other Archons. But what if I'm becoming something that can challenge Kairos? Wouldn't it be smarter for Kairos to just have me killed now? Why do you think Kairos would want us, Archons, to fight? Because Ash and the Rat work together like water and oil, and so letting them each rule half the tiers is an exercise in bad planning? Because there's no land left to conquer after the tiers and Kairos needs fewer generals? Calio shrugs with a ruddy-faced smile. Tunon's not here, so I don't mind pointing out that Kairos isn't exactly a loving ruler. And the Archons are disposable pawns, not beloved subjects. The land has been conquered. Why not dispose of the conquerors? And I would further speculate that Kairos hates all of the Archons equally, and so instead of nominating all but one for destruction, the Overlord is willing to let the strongest earn the right to exist. Yeah, the tiers were literally the last place Kairos hasn't conquered. In the world, yes. So, does this mean I finally get to meet Kairos? Maybe get my own realm to rule? Not sure about meeting the Overlord, but I assume, yes, that'll happen in good time. DLC, or in the sequel. And while you might be jesting, this culling order comes with the implied prize of rulership of the tiers. So, if you want it, fight for it.
Alpha has become newest Archon, is so revered by humans, has earned new title of strength.
So I'm to be the Archon of Edicts? Not exactly. Just Archon for now. A bit unorthodox, but that's all the information I received. Rogalis insisted we should call you Archon of the Tiers, at least in any case where we might be overheard, since Archon of Edicts could sound like denigration of the Overlord. You realize this presents a problem for me, right? My hand just writes Fatebinder Seraphina out of habit. The effort it will take to retrain myself to write Archon. Not sure I have the years left in me. Oh, Lantry, you'll figure it out. Well, yeah, it's the known world. It's the continent of, the whole continent. How I get it is it's basically Europe and Asia combined. And, maybe there's other continents out there. Maybe there's a new world. Maybe there's Australia or whatever. But those things are not discovered at this point. So the known world is all under Kairos' rule. Not necessarily the entire planet, but all of the continent that's known and discovered. I think Lantry looks pretty cool with his little gladiator armor. Thank you for delivering the message. That will be all. Tunon favor 2. Tunok, Tunok, Tunon. First step is deciding you won't bow to one of the other Archons. Callie offers a smug nod. I wish you the best of luck in your upcoming struggle. Know that when you come for Bled and Mark and Tunon, I and the other Fatebinders won't interfere. So I'm assuming, this is what I kind of assumed was going to be the case in the beginning of the game. If you side with the disfavored, at this point you're on Team Ash, and you're trying to make Ash the Archon of the ruling over, and the other one you're trying to make Nerat rule over everything. Versus the other two paths, I guess you're trying to rule over everything yourself. Let's get one thing clear. I want no part of this little contest. Fatebinder, sorry, Archon, I bow to you. The rest of you madmen can fight over the right to rule this mountainous shithole. Alright, so Siren has just officially declared that she's in my service and not a competitor. That's good to know. Unless she's lying just to lull me into a false sense of security so that then she can plunge the knife into my back in a time when I am not expecting it. I mean, she is a baby killer. You never know what she'll do. I accept. Thank you. Inspiring Leader. Achievement unlocked. I wonder what that achievement is for. Siren bows with a graceful sweep of her arm and a curtsy. Just don't let Narat get away with a bat of the eyelashes and a polite surrender. A question me and the other binders have been asking. Can you do this again? None of all believes in you. Another, who shall remain nameless, takes the more cynical stance that the Overlord has a hand, quote, so far up your ass she can puppet your mouth, and you couldn't cast a second edict if you tried. Lantry should be on top of an RV sniping people with a hunting rifle? She sizes you up head to toe. Me? I think you have it in you. Or at least I like the idea of proclaiming an edict of yours someday. Oh, really? I can start busting out edicts on fools right now, apparently. Edict upon cacophony, edict on iron hearth, glare silently. For science, number 4, for science. The loss of Dale was the start of your departure. We've already discussed how you hate The Walking Dead. You don't get to talk about The Walking Dead because you haven't watched all of them. If you quit watching a show halfway through, you don't get to talk about that show. That's how that works. There's a lot of shows that I've started watching and quit watching because I didn't like them. But not The Walking Dead. I've watched all of those. Now that you mention it, curiosity demands we try having you proclaiming an edict of mine. Are you... Her hand darts in front of her mouth. Serious? You'd let me do that? Sure, what's the worst that can happen? Fuck it! Let's just fuck around with the power of edicts. To Lantry, take a dictation, please. Quill in hand, before you finish your request, Lantry reaches for his boldest red inks. You meant to say, Lantry, please record my second edict for all of time and memory, right? Gladly. Lantry, get off my lawn, you northerners. Oh no! Who do I want to proclaim against, though? Why would I proclaim against Vendrian's Well? Or against Haven? That doesn't even make sense! Oh man. I don't know what to do next, but what I do know is that it's going to happen in our next episode. If you're watching the stream, I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep playing. But if you're watching on YouTube, that's going to bring us to the end of yet another episode. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Tyranny.